Hey, thanks for having me.
Good to have you. Always like your insight on this Giant team, and obviously this is a first-place Giant team. I think most people at the beginning of the year didn't know what to think of them. Have they been surprising? I mean, realistically, this is a team that probably should have a couple more wins.
Yeah, they probably should, but the thing that plagues them is the lack of ability to rush the passer. If they could really put pressure on the passer, they would be so dynamic that they'd be really scary to play.
That has been a big topic of conversation from the callers and everybody this week, Howard, is the lack of pass rush. And obviously this is a league where pressure on the quarterback is a premium. Can they continue to be a competitive team if they can't put pressure on the defense on the quarterback?
Well, it depends. Coach Spags has done a great job of making guys get tackled right where they catch the ball. So I think they had maybe one play over 30 yards, or maybe one, maybe two. I don't think to know exactly, but that's a big thing when you're playing defense. If you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, being able to tackle a guy the moment he catches the ball, they can have that almost bend but don't break mentality at that point. How long does that last? I don't know. How long can you keep it up? I don't know, because you got to have all hands on deck constantly when that's going on. The team is swarming to the ball. They're causing turnovers. It's not like they're just getting interceptions. They're actually causing turnovers, ripping the ball out, making plays on the ball, popping it loose. That's the kind of thing you want your defense to do. But the thing that this defense lacks is pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, that's been the one big thing when watching them play. It's been a problem for them, and obviously with Prince Amukamara out, it even puts more pressure on that situation. Is that going to be how big of a loss is Prince being out, or is it, hey, look, we know that they're not going to be very good against the pass. We're pretty much inclined to see the Eagles throw the ball, but it's being able to stop the Eagles' run that we're really focused on. Is that what the Giants basically come into week saying? We want to stop the run, and we'll let you take the underneath stuff and make the tackle.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that they do a very good job this run against the run right now. They're like I said again, Spags has got them swarming to the ball. They get there quickly. They make the plays. As far as Prince being out, he's probably a top 10 or top 15 corner in the league. People don't realize how well he plays and how many passes he breaks up when he's healthy. His problem is just staying healthy. So to say he's going to be a loss is an understatement. They need him to play. It helps the catch and tackle mentality when you're trying to do the bend but don't break thing. I don't know what the philosophy is going to be against the Eagles. You guys have this ideal down there that if you, like kind of in college, a lot of plays, multiple plays, keep going, prevent substitutions, and go. The problem is if you get off track. If you're go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 10, you're kind of out of whack, and that slows the process down. And that's what teams are trying to do to the Eagles. They're trying to take them out of the 2nd and 5s, the 2nd and 4s. They want to make it a long 2nd down, a long 3rd down. When you get a team off track and they can't, continuously run the plays in real quickly, it causes a problem. Your playbook gets very short from, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 12, 2nd and 15, or 3rd and 10. Your playbook is short, and that causes the coach and the quarterback problems.
Howard Cross is with us, part of the New York Giants radio network. And, Howard, the Giants, correct me if I'm wrong, were the worst team in the NFL against the rush last year, and now the best in the league. Is it personnel? Is it scheme? Why have they been so good at stopping the run? Something the Eagles want to try to get off the ground. They finally did it last week.
I think, it's Steve Spagnuolo. It's teaching. They don't have probably the same quality of players they had a year ago. A year ago, they had better defensive linemen. No offense to the guys on the team this year, they'll even tell you that themselves. They had younger players in a few more positions. They had more players at linebacker. They had more players in the secondary, but they couldn't stop the run. Now they've gotten younger in the secondary a little bit with the safeties. They've gotten a little younger at linebacker with Unga, and they got some guys who have stepped up who are kind of journeyman in the league, kind of special teams guys, getting their shot, and they're making the most of it.
Howard Cross, obviously Beckham is a big part of that offense. Didn't practice again today for the 2nd straight day. Is there a feeling that he's going to try to give it a go on Monday, or are they going to be cautious with him?
I would think he's probably going to play. He came in the game the other night after whatever tweaking, pulling, or feeling some tightness in his hamstring, ran a few really good routes. Even got called on the pass interference, someone holding him deep down the field. They thought he was going to run by him. So, I mean, I don't know. Watching him in practice yesterday, he looked okay. He just on the side doing whatever he's doing, from being silly, being goofy, kicking balls around to someone kicking balls like a guy who's not going to play. So, again, it's a new era, new guys. They pull guys out of practice so quickly. I have no idea. I was never fast enough to pull anything, so I don't have that kind of issue.
Well, we know he's a big part of the offense, but it's Eli. I mean, Eli is the trigger man. He runs this. And we heard Chip Kelly say yesterday that he thinks the difference is that he looks more comfortable in the second year in this offense. Why do you think Eli, he wasn't awful, he wasn't terrible, but, he wasn't playing at the level that we were used to seeing him the last couple of seasons, but he's really taking care of the ball better. Do you see the same thing? Is he more comfortable now in year number 2?
Yeah, I think, it wasn't so much Eli not being comfortable. It had to be everybody getting on the same page. The read and react offense they had been playing, and under, Coach Gilbright for a long time, there was a lot of studying when the ball was in the air. You had to kind of know, which side he was throwing. Was he throwing the inside? Was he throwing the outside? Where's the defender? The quarterback and the receiver had to be, had to be so synced in on what they were looking at and what they were both seeing from different angles. It just, they won 2 Super Bowls with that theory. You take that, throw it out, bring a whole new offense in, and all of a sudden, the quarterback goes crazy studying it and learns it. And then he's got to get it, communicated again to his receivers, his linemen, and everyone. I think last year he went up in percentages, but it wasn't as secure with the ball because, some of the times they weren't always on the same page. This year, everybody seems to be on the same page. Everything's working. It's just an offense that gets the ball out of his hands quickly, and the guys know where they need to be on the field.
A lot of people like this Giants team all of a sudden. I mean, they seem like they've come together pretty nicely as, at the beginning of the year, it seemed like everybody was going Dallas or Philadelphia. Did the Giants notice that?
Well, no, I don't think there was a big notice or anything. I think, the first game they played against Dallas, they should have won. A couple of mishaps but just some lack of judgment caused them to lose the game. Second game definitely should have beat Atlanta. Just again, maybe a couple lack of judgment and things didn't work out for them. Then they beat 2 teams with quarterbacks that aren't the same as a Romo or Matt Ryan. And, everybody gets excited. They want to go out and play against Kaepernick. He gave them a good fight, but again, the guy who isn't Romo or Matt Ryan. So, every week quarterbacks is better. Then Bradford gets a chance to see how good of a quarterback is he. Now, it's going to be interesting. Are they going to go out and try to run the ball, meaning the Eagles? Or are they going to say, okay, these guys can't cover. Let's just dink and dunk them down the field and see how many times we can score. A lot of teams don't dink and dunk. They go right for the run. They're trying to break through the thing that's strongest on the Giants, and that's the run defense. I really don't understand why coaches go that route, but they seem to all do.
Howard Cross is with us, part of the Giants Radio Network on the sidelines. What was it like during that Eli final drive there? How cool, calm was he leading that team to victory against the Niners?
He was really calm, but that's Eli's kind of persona, though. I don't think he gets very riled up about much of anything. What was really cool was kind of having the Willis Reed kind of moment as Odell Beckham grabs his helmet and then runs back onto the field. The crowd kind of goes crazy. The defense definitely noticed that he came back into the game, and Eli, kind of looked his way, and every time he would look over there, the whole defense secondary would slide in that direction. He would throw the ball somewhere else. And his tight end coming through was, that's the big thing. Having Larry Donnell pop up right there, not getting toppled as much and actually catching the ball in the end zone in that manner, that was huge.
Well, it should be fun. We know, and you've been a part of these games, Monday Night Football in Philadelphia for first place. I know it's 3-2 versus 2-3. Doesn't sound like first place, but that's the NFL. You would imagine that this is going to be an unreal atmosphere. And they played Week 6 in primetime last week. That game was dominated by Philly, 8 sacks, but this is a completely different team. It should be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, 2 different teams. Every year teams change greatly. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm really excited to watch it.
No doubt, we'll have it for you here on 97.3 ESPN with pregame coverage starting at 7:30. And the Giants Radio Network, Howard will be on that call for the G-Men version of it all. Big Blue and the Eagles, great talking to you again, Howard.
Hey, same here. You have a great weekend.